What's up, guys? So today we're gonna go ahead and look at all the damages from the track event. I have the spark plugs pulled so we can take a look at those and I can kind of show you guys what certain things mean. Then we're gonna compression test the engine. I honestly, I think it's gonna be fine. I think the blow-by and I'll show you the oily plug is just caused by me probably not gapping the rings right. I know a couple were like a thou or two over, but which honestly shouldn't really cause this much, but who knows? I have no idea what happened. But like I said, that was probably it. I put that thing together before like I knew as much as I do now, especially with all like the experience I've had with race engines, and it's kind of like the last thing that's been not redone yet, because like I did my heads and everything, and obviously those are really nice now. So we're gonna take a look at it, and the compression numbers are good. We're gonna leave it for now, and I might try to get like another block, because like I said earlier, I might have some parts that are gonna be available to me, so I'd rather just like keep this running and then build something on the side that I can take longer with and be like really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that's broken. So first off, broke my wheel again. Not as bad as the first time at the Hoonigan event, if you guys remember. If you haven't seen it, go watch it and you'll see what I mean. And this tie rod, here, let me get light. This tie rod looks straight, but it was definitely not straight like 4 days ago. We just hammered it back in place. That's like a really common thing people usually break. I've actually only done it twice, so I'm pretty lucky on that. But yeah, that bent almost to 90 degrees. And I broke my front lip. Not that as bad as I thought. It's mostly just the little like nub up there where it actually bolts to the bumper on the corner. So it was like flapping around, so I just ended up taking it off so it didn't get destroyed even more. Broke this more than it already was from all the board slides I did at Grange, going off the track when the car didn't have the right amount of power going to the wheels. Essentially what I think happened, I think something in the fuel basket came loose at some point, because for about 4 laps the car was like amazing. I was driving the whole track in third, like hitting limiter and stuff, like it would just power over whatever grip I had in the rear tires, no problem. I was doing like 4th gear entries and stuff, and then I hit a bump, not when I broke the tie rod, a different time, and the car just turned off. And I originally thought I pinched like a fuel line or something, and I think something came apart in the fuel basket, because when I turned the pump on, it sounds like it primes, but it never builds pressure, almost like sucking through a straw that has a hole in it. So I'm gonna look at that in a little bit, but first we're gonna go ahead and look at the spark plugs, and then we're gonna do our compression test. Okay, so here are my spark plugs. Oh, I had them all organized for each cylinder. I'll kind of show you what a normal one should look like, and then I'll show you the ones that are not looking too good. So I guess we'll start with a normal one. So this is the 2nd cylinder. Everything looks pretty good. It's not shiny, there's no like oil, just the normal amount of carbon. It is running a little rich, so that's fine. And then a nice clean like burnt tip, just how it should be. So now let's look at cylinder number 1. This is one of the cylinders that's definitely having one of the blow-by issues. If you look at it, that's just like straight oil. Now, I've never cleaned these, so like I don't know exactly how caked up this has been or for how long it's been. Like I said, I don't think the problem's not that bad. It doesn't really build blow-by that fast. But yeah, the number 8's similar, but not quite as bad. This one's definitely like a lot more caked in oil. And then something that's actually a little more concerning, which is also an easy fix. This is what it looks like when you run really lean and the engine gets super hot, borderline melting. This, I don't know how close this was. And I also don't know if it was like related to the fuel pump not sending the right amount of fuel or running lean or whatever. But if you look closely, I don't know how well this is really going to show up, but on this side, it's pretty charred, and then you can see the tip eroding away on the spark plug. If you see, you can kind of see it right there. It's not very flat, and then you can see the I don't think it was really detonation, but the kind of like charred grayish look from it being super lean. But yeah, so I'm gonna just basically clean that injector on number 5 and probably should be fine. They were all new, but I'm sure something clogged it up. But yeah, so we're gonna compression test now and make sure the ones, especially the ones with oil in them, are good. I'm sure they are. I did it recently, not too long ago, and everything was fine. So unless something actually broke, should be good. So I haven't done it yet. I honestly have no idea what it's gonna show. So you guys are gonna see the first reaction of this. So for septic compression testing, obviously get the spark plugs out. I have to take my headers off because they're so tight to do it. You want to make sure like your ignition source, coil packs, or distributor, whatever, I don't know what you guys have, is disconnected so it doesn't actually try to start to turn on. And then for me, I don't have to flip my fuel switch on. For other people, probably have to pull the fuse for that. But yeah, you don't want really anything happening in there. You just want it to just kind of have the piston move up and down with the starter, and that's it. Okay, so I got the gauge all plugged up in the spark plug hole. If you know how this works, then I guess skip to the exciting part to see if it's broken or not. But yeah, so since I'm by myself, I'm just gonna crank it for like 5 seconds or so on each cylinder, and then we'll get the reading, and they should be within a certain percentage of each other. But yeah, like I said, it should, I did this before and it was around 140, so it should be the same. Well, that's good. 180 is definitely a good number. So for number 1, 180. Oh, that pen doesn't work. 180. I guess it was higher than I remember. I guess we'll see what happens. It might be higher because I was losing some pressure through the valves since I recently did a valve job, 3-angle valve job and stuff, and made them all nice. It's probably sealing a little bit better than it did before. With just not even lapped valves stuck in there, just stock heads. So yeah, that could be another reason why. So let's check the other ones, and I'm just gonna go through them and kind of like stop along the way if something happens. But yeah, let's get to it. On to number 3. It cranks like that because there's no spark plugs. I don't know why I was thinking something was wrong, but 185, so it's definitely good. Definitely in the ballpark of being the same so far. See what happens with the other ones in this bank. Okay, so the number 1 bank is looking borderline perfect. Number 2 is 180, just still fine. We're about to do number 4. Let's go see what it is. $185. Perfect. So everything seems to be going good so far. Let's hope it stays that way. Also, I caught this on, I think, cylinder number 3 as I was going. The little fitting that goes in where the spark plug goes at the actual like hose for the compression tester had like this weird little spring in it, like just jammed in there like it could have fallen out into the engine. And I don't think this would cause that much damage, but it definitely has the potential to. So I guess if you're renting one of these things from O'Reilly's, make sure you check inside there. I don't know, it's not the Schrader valve or anything because it works. So I have no clue where that came from, but it definitely didn't come from my engine. So yeah, I guess if you're renting one of these, make sure you check for that. So I just finished, numbers are looking really good. There's only a 3% variation from the highest number. So I'll show you those right now. I retested a couple, number 1 and number 2. Since they were both 180 at first, I think I cranked them a little short, so I redid it. and got 185 again for both of them. So everything is almost exactly the same, but I'll show you guys right now. 97% for 185, and then 100% for 190. 3% variation. You want to keep it within 10% for like a really healthy engine. I mean, a little more probably isn't really that bad. And with the numbers, like everything is definitely nice and high, and it's going to be running right. The engine's obviously fine. I'm still going to pull it because I need to change that input shaft seal, which isn't a big deal. I want to do a couple things like get rid of this mess right here. I want to replumb it and like hang these up somewhere so it looks really nice. And then from there, engine will go back in, and then we'll start fixing the things that broke at the track. One more thing that did break, this stupid little corner light. I'll play the clip where I broke it right now. Yeah, I didn't even break it doing something cool. It was a stupid skid pad session. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I'll probably start taking some things apart and pulling the engine out. I'm really not going to take it apart that far. I'm just going to pull it out, set it on the ground. That's it. And then yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure and subscribe. Driving content has been happening. The engine's healthy, so we'll get this thing back up and driving in no time. And leave a like if you enjoyed watching me find out that my engine's not dead. All right, I'll see you guys next time.